Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Previously, we upgraded these pistons. They're pretty nice. They have quite a bit less friction since they only have this part here and this part here to support the piston on the side. So yeah, it's pretty nice. They're also pretty light too. And I also upgraded the connectors here for the crankshaft since I kept breaking. So I don't know if you can see it, but they're reinforced where the axles go. So it's really nice. If you didn't see the previous video, I recommend you go watch it. It was pretty fun working on this with my new 3D printer. So yeah, but today we're gonna be fixing one of the axles that broke in the crankshaft here, and yeah, hopefully we can get some good RPM runs in after that. Let's get started. So here's the axle. As you can see, it's pretty twisted right up in here. I think it's actually one of my 3D printed axles, which I don't know how that got in there, but yeah. This is why I didn't use them, and I used the normal Lego axle yesterday in my previous video, because they get twisted like this. They're not very strong. So maybe when I get ABS filament or some kind of carbon filament, I'll be able to 3D print some really strong axles. I actually have a carbon axle right here, a carbon fiber axle that I'm going to be replacing it with. And previously, when I use these, they've been really nice. They're really strong. They're not bendy at all, but they are really strong. So I'm going to be putting this in here, and hopefully it won't break. If anything, I think this axle in here might break, but it's still going to be stronger than this 3D printed PLA one. So hopefully it doesn't break too quickly if it's going to, because I really want to get some good RPM runs in today, since we didn't in the previous video. Alright, so I got the new axle in there, the carbon fiber one. It's not wanting to go all the way into my crankshaft piece here, but not sure why, but the axle holes in the crankshaft pieces are kind of tight on the ends, on the side that it prints on the plate on. So I might have to work on that, but I think for now it should be good. Yeah, the piston rod can get through there alright, it seems like. So I think it should be good. I'm just hoping it doesn't go over here by the valve side, because it's kind of going over there right now. But yeah, should be good to put back together. Then we can do some RPM runs. Alright, let's get this put back together. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and do some light testing before I do full-on RPM runs, because I just need to make sure it's gonna work right and not lock up or anything like it's doing right now. But hopefully, yeah, hopefully that doesn't affect it at high RPM. Oh no. Are you serious? I think it snapped an axle. Alright guys, so the problem was in the piston molds, that the cylinder would basically, so it should be like this all the time, going up and down. What was happening was this part right here is too short to keep the piston from going like this. So later, I'll probably have to go back and reprint them to make this part as long as this part here, which is a full brick. But for now, I just cleaned up the edges and made them a little bit smoother. So hopefully this is good, and like I went all the way around here and here and here. So I did that on both pistons, so hopefully it should be good for now. But later on, I'm probably going to reprint them. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to get the engine put back together, and then we can do some test runs. Alright, so the engine seems a whole lot smoother now. I haven't gotten any hiccups just from spinning it like this. So I think it should really be good now. But yeah, let's test it. Hopefully it doesn't break. It sounds fast. Yeah, I'm gonna get my RPM reader hooked up to where it'll always be on. I have to put a little bit of tape here to hold it down, and then we can test RPM. Alright, so I got my RPM reader hooked up. And yeah, let's see how high it can get. Holy cow, nearly 1800 RPM. That is honestly crazy for a big stroke engine too. Mind you, this is roughly 100 cubic centimeters. So yeah, I'd say that's pretty good for this kind of engine. Next I'll probably be doing some runs with the transmission. I still have my old transmission, so I could do it with that, but it's kind of clunky. But yeah, stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching, guys, and see you next time.